It's Sandra here from Creating Spain, and I want to show you how to design a flip card like this. Now, I'm using Shortcuts a lot version 4. I'm using the Pro version, but you can use the normal version. It won't be a problem. And I wanted to show you the easiest way of doing this painlessly. Okay, so first of all, we need our card base, and that's going to be a simple oblong in this case. You can use a different scalloped edge or whatever it is that you want to do if you wish. So I need this as the card base, and I also want to make a paper layer to go on the inside. So if I do this the easy way, I put a shadow layer in. Now I want to go to Inset Shadow, and I want it a reasonable size, so I'm going to go for 0.333. No, that's fine. Okay, I've got my shadow, and I'm going to leave that colour there for the time being, simply so you know that it's there. Now I need to go and find a shape to cut out for my swing. Now if you have Shortcuts a lot version 4, you will find there's a section called Creating Spain, and I gave them some shapes as a thank you. They've done a lot of improvements on the software, and I thought they deserved some recognition, so I designed some shapes, gave them some, and they've included them in a section. And I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to close the library down, and I want to uncheck the Keep Proportions because I want this one to be a little more square. So I'm going to do that with it. Okay. Now I'm going to position it where I want it to be, and I think I want it to be over about there. That's where I think I want it. And here comes the crafty bit. Go to Effects and go to Knockout. Keep it at 0 for the gap and just click OK. And it'll take a little while to do it, but it will eventually decide to cut this out. And there we have it. Now, if I take this blue piece away, you see that it's cut through both the layers, and this is what I needed it to do. I'm now going to take the colour out of here because I don't want it, and I want that line to be black. And I just want this to be transparent. There we go. So in theory, if I pick this up, you can see that if I put that in there, it lines up. Okay. Now that will be fine, except that I need this hole here to be a little bit bigger. So I ungroup it, and I can just select this piece, as I could if it was broken apart. Okay, let's go for break apart. And I can select this one and then go to the Effects menu and do a shadow layer, and this time I want the shadow to be on the outside. That's fine. Click on that. And again, I want to take out one of the layers, and I want to make sure I've chosen the inner layer and remove that. Yes, I have. And I'm now going to remove the colour from this. I don't want to fill on it. There we go. And I want that to be an excluded path. So I want the software to understand that that is a piece of the hole in it, basically. So now if I slide this across here, you can see that I've got my paper layer pretty much done. Not quite, but almost. Now what I do need to do is put a couple of score lines in, and I'm going to do this with my pen tool, and I'm going to draw them over here so you can see. Drag and then press the Shift key to get a nice vertical line. Click with the mouse and press my Escape key. And now I'm going to move it to where I want it. Now the first one of these lines needs to be in the centre of that shape. Okay. So what I want to do is to select that, break everything apart. I want this one to be locked, so I'm going to go to lock, and I want to select that, and I want to make sure it's in the center. Okay, So if I select this one and I move it out of the way, yeah, and now I do that and select the center, you can see that it moves it to the center, so that's fine. I want this here to be pink because I tend to make my score lines either pink or purple so that they stand out and I don't get them confused with anything else. Okay, so I have my piece here, which is my inner section. See, nothing has moved, so everything's where it was. And I now want to take that, I want to copy it, I want to paste it in place, and then I want to move that one to the right so that there's only a little bit of that shape showing on the other side. Okay, so I'm now going to lock the entire lot, and there is a reason for this madness. I want to center this to where it should be. Okay, so just a little fraction up, that's it. Okay, and now I want to draw a couple of thin rectangles, very thin rectangles. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Oops, zoomed in slightly too much then. Okay, let's slide that back down to a far more reasonable level. A bit too much. Okay, this is a bit better. And I want to make this rectangle so that it's over the centre of my pink line, and it is pretty much. So I'm going to copy that, paste it in place, and then I'm going to use my keys to move it over to get it in the centre over the other pink line. Now I'm going to group those two. There we go. And I'm going to select all of it, and I'm going to go to path and back minus front. And then if I move this to one side, you can see that I have my paper pieces for my patterned paper. I'm just going to put this back to fit to window. I've got my pattern paper ready to cut, basically. This will fit over there, ignoring the pink lines that are in the way, but that will be the pattern paper pieces cut precisely to the shape of the hole that I wanted with a little offset on it. Okay, so now I need to sort out this bit. And I've left it to last because it's much easier. Whoops. Slightly less, if I don't mind. Right, okay, I've left this bit because it's much easier to sort this out after you've sorted out the inside paper, believe me, a lot easier. I need to erase this blue line here between the pink lines, here and here, and I need to erase this score line. So I'm going to take my eraser, I'm going to start off by erasing these lines. Go up to the pink and go up to the pink. Oh, actually it helps if I've unlocked it. I am forever forgetting that I've locked something. Okay, so up to the pink line, across there on that one to the pink line, take this one to the pink line, in that do the pink line, okay, and now I can erase the pink line that is in the middle because I don't want that to be going through my cut either. I could change this, make it a bit easier, change it to the circle at this point. Circle would be a bit easier to manoeuvre on curved lines. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I've done that, and I'm going to go to fit to window again. So this fold here, this one here, will be what they call a valley fold, which means it folds up. and this fold will be a mountain fold, which means it folds down, and then that turns into your swing piece. Okay, so what I should have done too, and I didn't do, silly me, was to copy that shape in the first place so that I have layers to go on top of my cut, and I didn't do it. So let's see how I do that, because I made a silly mistake. Okay, here we go. I'm going to close that down, and I'm going to stop that from keeping the proportion. I'm going to line it up with my original one and just stretch it. There we go. Okay, so that is the size. And then you can see it fits into there. So that is the piece that I would need to cut out to put on the front of this card. And I can do some other offsets if I want to do any more layers. I've got my piece there. Now, regards decoration, what did I do for this one? Obviously I chose an oval. I did an offset of the inside for the paper decoration there. A row of silver beads, some little cut out flowers, and a little cat that I've designed and cut out. But basically all very simple stuff, nothing too complicated. And if you choose a nice pattern paper, you can get some really pretty results on this card, and it's nice and easy to vary the different shapes, the cutouts that you decide you want to do. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Thanks very much for watching. Take care now. Bye-bye.